Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So what is up, my yarny peeps? You guys want to talk some yarn? I'm going to talk some yarn. I always say that I could talk yarn. I could talk yarn. I don't have anybody to talk yarn here where I live. Nobody wants to talk yarn with Bagoday. So I talk yarn with you all. I always say I could talk yarn. I could talk yarn every second, every minute, of every hour, of every day, for an eternity. And I would never ever get tired of talking about yarn. It's man's greatest invention. That might be pushing it, but maybe just maybe just hardcore yarnings we can think that it is. Anyways, I got some yarn here. Good old Lion Brand. Now, I bought this myself. I am not sponsored by Lion Brand. I paid full price for it, too. I bought it off their eBay store. And it is only 2 yarns in here, but I've never had either one. I think they are new. Well, I know one of them is new, and I'm pretty certain that the other one is. So, let's open this up and see what it is. You guys ready? Lion Brand and some new yarn. I kept on top of this one. I kept on top of this new one because I think that I got it right when it came out. I'm not certain though. I could be wrong, but so I try to keep on top of the new yarns. I can't always do it. Some yarn companies put out yarns so fast. I can't find them half the time. There's some I can't that are new right now. I can't even find them. I searched all over the internet. Can't even find them. I guess you gotta go to the store and buy them. But I ain't going anywhere with COVID. Okay. So this is this at the making of the video that right now, November 1st, 2020. November 1st, 2020. This is a new yarn to Lion Brand because I did see Shira, Lion Brand's ambassador, unbox it, but I already have it. I had already purchased it 2 days prior to her unboxing, so I already knew it. I got this one. So this is called Go For Faux Duo. Go For Faux Duo. I like that name. That's a good name, Lion Brand. Good job on that name. I don't know why, but I like to comment on yarns' names. Sometimes when they're really cool, I'll say something about it. I like that name. That's good. That's a good one. Okay, so why don't we read about it a little bit? So the Go For Faux Duo. Here's your label here. Go For Faux Duo. Free crochet hat patterned inside. That's nice. They got the free pattern on the label. A lot of times yarns don't come with free patterns anymore. I've noticed they've been getting skimpy on their free pattern given on their, well, they do on their website, but on the label is always kind of more convenient, I guess. So it's 7 ounces, 200 grams, 73 yards, 67 meters. It's 50 acrylic would be this here, and the 50 polyester would be the Go For Faux. So the faux is classified as a jumbo 7, which I would probably say that also. And then the acrylic is classified as a super bulky 6. Now I'm going to go on a limb here. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if it's a fact. I'm just going to go say it. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many, many times. If I had to guess, I'm going to say that this right here is probably their hometown yarn, that bulky weight 6 stuff that they have that you could buy at Walmart and stuff. That would be my guess, but I could be wrong, or something similar to it, because that's what it reminds me of. It's got a shine on it like that does, and it reminds me a lot of that. But I mean, it may not be the same thing, but it is very similar to that. So it says it's machine wash on gentle and lay flat to dry. Recommended knitting needle size is a 19 millimeter. And oh, it's 2 different. Okay. So when you're using the Go For, this is different. This is different, really. I'm always kind of, when yarn companies package things differently, I always try to figure out if it's a gimmick or if it's cool or not. Because some can be gimmicky just to get you to buy it, and some can actually be really cool if you think about it in the aspect of what you're going to crochet with it. So the Go For Faux, they have in the center here, and they have the recommended knitting needle size at a 19 millimeter and crochet hook size as a 19 millimeter also. Okay. And then the basic super bulky acrylic that they have here around the side, they have the knitting needle size as a 9 millimeter, and the crochet hook also as a 9 millimeter. And that would be probably what I would use also. It does, there's a note here. It says, in its inherent in the nature of faux furs to have some shedding, yes, which will diminish with time. We highly recommend washing on gentle cycle to remove the excess fibers before wearing. So that is true. As far as the Go For Faux, it says it's made in PRC, China, People's Republic of China. Okay, so this is made in China. The color I have in my hand here is called Gray/Husky. Okay, so what I find interesting about it is the way that they caked up the yarn. It's neat. I don't really think that they intended it to be gimmicky. I think they intended it to serve a purpose, because when you look at the hat here, it shows, because they're separate, you know, you would make something with this and then you would trim it with this. So as you can see, like the hat here is made with the regular acrylic, and then you go down to the fur. Now, I think that the way that they did that was, like I said, it's not gimmicky. It's pretty cool. I think most people enjoy, I do, I don't know, I would say most people who work with cake yarn, cake is my favorite way of having yarn, is to center pull. Now the way they have this rolled up would be backwards to what I would want to use it. I would want to use their regular acrylic first, and then trim my piece with this fur, which means that I could not center pull this cake of yarn. But then again, looking at it, I understand why they couldn't do that. They couldn't have, I think they, you know, of course they could have the fur on the outside, but I think it, you know, as putting it on the shelf standpoint and holding it, you know, it's staying its shape and everything, I think it makes more sense to do it the way that they did it. And I understand that. And I don't think this is gimmicky at all. I actually think it's pretty cool the way they packaged that up separate like that. Like I said, my only downfall is I wish that they were opposite, but I understand that why they didn't do that. It makes sense. If it was opposite, it would just, you know. So it's really neat, you know. I could just pull out the fur from the center, and then, which is what I will do when I use it. That's how I do color control. So I would just pull the fur out from the center. It'll come out in one big clump, and, you know, clip it away from the acrylic, and then I'll use the acrylic from the center of the cake first, and then I'll go back to my fur yarn. So I actually think this is really neat, the way it's rolled up. I think that Lion Brand did a good job on putting that together. They made it look really cool. Cool factor's something I like in yarn. It's an interesting concept, and it works. It works really well. Let's talk about prices. So there are 4 colors right now available, because at the making of this video, it's pretty new. And, you know, they want to test the waters with the new things, I'm sure. So they only make a certain amount of colors, you know, as time goes on, you add to the collection. But this, and that is for 73 yards. Now, I wonder if 73 yards will make a hat. I'm going to pop this label and see what it says. If that's one cake will make a hat. Because if it will, you know, that's not a bad price. But one cake. You know what they did with this? Okay. That's something I didn't really think of. Now that I look at the pattern, I'm not really good at reading patterns, but I can understand here. You know what they did with this. It's actually neat. So one cake made this hat. They actually did start from the center. So they started from here and they worked their way up. So they did get to start from the center. And I guess you could do it that way. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I like this yarn. I can get a hat out of this one cake. You know, then a couple I'm sure you could get a cowl out of. If you are really creative, you can probably think of a scarf. I got a 3-pack. I bought mine on eBay. Lion Brand's eBay store, and they sell in packs there. It was $23.97, which is equivalent, so it was the same thing. But anyways, I have 3. So if I you know what, I might make a hat out of this. Is really cool. I really like this one. I like this one. I haven't crocheted with it, but you know what, I don't need to crochet with it because I have used their Go For Faux and I like it. And this is, if this isn't hometown, it's super similar to it, and I have no problem with that either. So I know it's going to crochet just fine. I think the concept overall is cool. You know, how I was saying it, I would like it better reversed, but now that I read their pattern, how they started with the fur, they made the hat, you know, from the top, not top down. They made it bottom up. So, you know, that's kind of cool. They got it. But you could do it either way, But now that I have this, I think I will make a hat and maybe a short cowl out of the other 2. This is going to be fun. I like that. It's a good yarn. And I think that's a good price. Yeah, very, very good job on that Lion Brand. If I was going to rate that, I'd give that you know, you can't, you know, yardage versus price. You have to remember that's a 7 and a 6, so you get a lot farther with the 7 weight and a 6 weight. So you get best of both worlds, and you got enough there to make a hat. They give you the free pattern. The yarn itself is very scarfable. That Go For Faux is super soft, and the hometown is, I have no problem with that if that's what it is. But if not, it's very similar and it feels the same. That's super cool yarn. The concept is, I'm really digging that, man. I think it's pretty dope. I would give that a 9. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna mix with that. You white for that. I'm setting that on my desk because that means it's not going on my shelf. That means it's gonna get used quick like. Okay, I got one more yarn here, and I don't know, I think it's new. I don't know. They didn't have it on their website, but they had it on their eBay store. I don't know much about it, but I'm about ready to find out. Tube yarn. Totally tubular. Lion Brand. Totally tubular. Tubular. I can't even say it. Totally tubular. It's soft. That's super soft. Very scarfable. Smells like Lion Brand. Well, I don't know what Lion Brand smells like, but it smells like their yarns when I get them all the time. Doesn't smell bad. No. Smells like yarn. So it's 89 acrylic, 11% nylon. That's some soft stuff. It says one of these will make a hat, so that's cool too. 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 87 yards or 80 meters, and it is a jumbo number 7, which I agree with. Knitting needle recommendation is a 13 millimeter, and a crochet hook is a 15 millimeter with which I would probably agree with that too, depending on how late, you know, how much give you wanted. Hand wash, lay flat to dry. Made in Turkey. The color I have here is called Oyster Shell. So there are no patterns for this on the label, but the hat that the lady has on is pretty cool. It's pretty simple, you can tell. It looks like it could be, it's made with the color I got too. Looks like it could be crochet in the back loop only, back and forth. I don't know. I can't really tell, but She's a pretty model though. Yeah. All right. So this looks like it's hanked up, kind of, not really hanked up, but you see, you'd have to clip. This isn't a knot in the yarn. You got to clip that off, and then it's going to come undone. And you'll have to wind it, I guess, to your, in a ball or whatever, or however you do it. But so it's got the splashes of color all throughout. That hat that she has on is pretty dang cool looking, and this yarn is very scarfable. Okay, so I got these, like I said, they didn't have these on their website. I got them on Lion Brand's eBay store. That stuff, this is cool. Let me give you a look at it up close. It's got like black chain spun with, I can't explain it. It's neat though. You see that black in it? It's like, the way it spun's pretty cool. It's inside of a casing of like black, really thin black chain spun stuff, but the black is not extremely noticeable. Noticeable, but a little bit visible. Okay, anyways, I bought it. I had to buy a 3-pack, and I paid $26.97. So that's what, $8.99 a piece for these. $8.99 a piece. Okay, so it does say it is a bulky 7, so you get more, like I said, out of a bulky, super bulky 7, or jumbo number 7. Jumbo! You get more out of a bigger yarn, and one will make a hat. I do like it, and they do have, actually, on their eBay store, they do have 10 colors of this available. All the colors are quite pretty. I don't know, I like this gray one quite a bit, and they had a really pretty black one that had a bunch of different colors in it, but all the colors are very pretty. Oyster shell, huh? So I think I would have enough to get a hat and scarf set out of this stuff, because it's so thick, or at least a hat and a long infinity scarf or something like that, or a medium infinity scarf. $8.99. Yarn's getting more nowadays, so I do take that in consideration. You know what? I'll crochet with this. I do think it's cool. It's neat. And it is really, really soft. If you could handle spending $9, or $9, you could, and make a super soft cardigan or something. But that would be, it'd take quite a bit for that, probably. You did end up spending probably $9 or more at least. But anyways, more probably. I don't know, something like that. But making something small with it. I like it. I'm going to rate this though. I don't like this. I do like this a lot. I like it. It's cool. It's totally cool. But I don't like it as well as I like the Go For Faux Duo. That has a lot going on for it. For me anyways, I think that it's the way they packed it up is just, it's genius idea, and I like their fur yarns anyways, and I think that's gonna be what I make with this, gonna be something cool. Now this I do like too, just not as well as that cake over there the Duo got me for some. But if I was gonna rate the softness, it's super soft. I gotta give it that. The colors are all cool, priced a little bit high. It's not bad though, really, compared to some bulky 7s. Actually, I can't really say it's that bad. It's not. I've seen some way worse. So, price is probably competitive, I would say. Competitive. I'd probably give this like a, I'm not going to crochet with it either. But if I was going to rate it without crocheting with it, I think it's going to make something really cool. Totally tubular. Gives a, I'm gonna give you a 7 on that. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it's cool. I do. But it's not near as cool as their Go For Faux Duo. It's got it all for me. The name's cool. The way they packed it's cool. The price is good, competitive. I love the fur. I like it a lot. So, you know, I gave it a higher price, or I gave it a higher rating. It's super neat though. And I'm going to make something out of that. I already tell you, I'm going to make a hat and a cowl set out of this. And it's going to be awesome. Because I make awesome stuff. Now, not all the time, but sometimes I do. Well, I'm going to go now. I showed you a couple Lion Brand's new yarns. No, I do like this one though. I don't know if this would be something that I would repeat buy. I would have to have a special project in mind before I bought it again. You know what I mean? But those I would repeat buy without even having a project in mind. And then when I saw them one day when I was just thinking about make what I wanted to crochet and I happened to see them on my shelf, I could think of something to make with them easily. It wouldn't just have to be a hat and a scarf. You know, I can make a bag with them or, you know, anything like that. It would be, those are super cool. I really like those a lot. So I, you know, right on the Lion Brand on that one. They did really good. Been a long time since something has come out, you know, either come out marketing as a way it's wound, like, you know how Karen Pantone is, and those Premier bobbins. They were just kind of gimmicky for me, but it's been a long time since the yarn company came out with something pretty cool that I think really serves a purpose and isn't really gimmicky. I don't think they meant for it to be a gimmick, and I think that's genius. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna make something with that. You guys look for it. And this, yeah, I said I like this. It's really super soft, and I will make something with this, or I'll put it in a giveaway. But I think it will make a pretty cool hat and scarf set also. But this, I think, has my creativity. You open up your mind, you can make anything you can think of with that. I got lots of creative juices are flowing in my head right now, thinking of all the stuff I can make with that. Alright, so that's a couple of Lion Brand's new yarns. I hope you enjoyed my video. Hope it wasn't too long. Hope I wasn't too nerdy. Thanks for watching. Look out for my next video. Stay safe. Bye, everybody.